Now, guys, I need to address something right now in this video. Bungie are doing this right. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Rites of the Nine dungeon stuff. Let me tell you, if you were there in my live stream, it was 9 hours long. 9 hours long of me, Max, and Lo. Granted, not all of it was, for the full 9 hours, but a majority of that stream was us doing the Ghosts of the Deep ultimatum stuff. Right? Oh my god. When I say that this thing was a ball ache, I mean this thing is a ball ache. Now, arguably, a lot of people would agree and be on the same level when it comes to the fact that Ghost of the Deep just isn't the most amazing dungeon that sparks the serotonin in people's brains as we go through this game. Arguably, a lot of people are going to be excited for Prophecy Dungeon, which is going to be not next week, but the week after. That's actually the one that I'm excited for, as well as Max. But yeah, let me tell you, that kind of feeling that I got with Ghost of the Deep actually was not, I'm annoyed, I'm done, I'm done with this crap. I actually did not feel that with Ghost of the Deep. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? You know when Bungie announces the new raid, and then they give you the new raid date, and then you've got only just like 2 or 3 days to properly prep until that raid race is on, and you're in that raid race for hours, and you're there all night, and you're arguing with friends, and friendships are broken, and you're cussing, and you're shouting, and you're just having to go at every fucker in your team because things are just messing up and things just aren't going according to plan. And then it's like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You haven't gone to bed, you haven't drank water, you haven't had anything to eat. That is the feeling I got when I did Ghost of the Deep Ultimatum. It felt good. Me, Max, and Logang, we were in Ultimatum. We got to the final boss, and it was wipe after wipe after wipe, and we were like, this ain't getting done. This ain't getting done. We were there till 3 a.m. And granted, other people got it done much more easy than what we were, but we weren't exactly using the most amazing loadouts. We kind of just wanted to go in with a casual vibe, which we did. And I'll tell you now, all the way through the dungeon, besides kind of like the first boss, we were just clean sailing. We were clean sailing. It was fun. We had a laugh, but let me tell you, that final boss put us on our ass. We were arguing, we were disagreeing, we were dehydrated, we hadn't switched on lights in our house. It was dark. At one point I switched my light off on my face cam because it was just beating down on me, man. It was a heat that was coming straight from my light, and it was beating down on me. We got it completed. We did it in the end. And that moment, that feeling when you see the boss's HP hit 0 as you're pumping every single goddamn bullet into the boss, it felt good. The moment that boss finished, that's the relief. And then we're all best friends again. This is a feeling that Bungie get right every single time. It's a feeling that I want to keep on happening every single time, and it's gonna be there when the raid comes out, and it's gonna be there again when Prophecy comes out, because keep in mind, as much as people were able to get into the Prophecy dungeon and get into Spire when they kind of accidentally released Rites of the Nine early, we managed to get all the way up until the final boss for Prophecy. We never actually were able to enter into the room, so we don't know what that's like. We don't know what kind of mysteries there's going to be. Now, so far out of Spire and Ghost of the Deep, Spire is the one that's changed the most, because with Spire, you had to do things in a certain order with the shapes, right? When you get to the Harpy boss. And obviously, it's the same with the final boss room as well, where you have to do like specific ones at specific times. And then there's time limits to get things done, blah, blah, blah. In Ghost of the Deep, there wasn't really much of that. The main two differences that I could see is at the very first encounter, there was a timer. However, they kind of let you off a little bit because you only have to do 3 symbols at the beginning. Moving on from that, you've got the other boss where you have to go underwater and hit the symbols. I believe everything was actually the exact same there, besides the fact that the boss does more damage to you for whoever is going underneath the water, which was me in this scenario. And then you got the final boss, which everything was pretty much the exact same. Everything was the exact same. And to be honest with you, with how grueling Ghost of the Deep actually is and can be, I'm actually glad that they didn't add anything extra to this, because oh my god, I have a feeling that if they would have changed anything else in that boss room, just even added so much as something basic to that final boss encounter, that would have been, yeah, no, that's rough. That is rough. So we'll just have to see what has changed when it comes to the Prophecy Dungeon. Obviously, based on my experience when we actually went into Prophecy early again off of the accidental fact that Bungie accidentally released the Rights of the Nine stuff early, we can already say that there are a few things that are different with Prophecy. So, for example, the first encounter, you have to dunk at certain times. You have to do them in a certain order. The second encounter is the exact same where you have to destroy the blights. That's normal. The third encounter, which is the rotating cube room, you have that big hive knight that they usually release around Festival of the Lost that you can't damage. He's just completely immune. He follows you around the room as you get it done. And then that takes you all the way to Rainbow Road. I believe nothing's different with Rainbow Road. That's literally just get to the start to the finish. And then you go up into the giant spire, kind of sideways square diamond massive thing, which has the enter symbol on it for the 9 symbol. You go there and nothing loads. It doesn't actually allow you to go into the room for the boss room. So based on what we know already when it comes to the Prophecy Dungeon, and based on obviously what we experienced when going in, you know how in the first encounter you can only dunk at specific times in a specific order? They're probably going to continue that in the final boss encounter. And with the rotating kind of cube room where you've got the immune hive knight that follows you around with his huge axe, that's probably going to happen around the same time as well. When you get teleported into the boss room where you're actually starting your DPS phase, we don't know if anything's different there. We don't know if there's going to be a timer. We don't know if there's going to be things off to the side shooting you from a distance now. We just don't know. But whatever it is, I'm excited because Prophecy Dungeon is what is literally my favorite dungeon. It's my favorite dungeon. But yeah, there's been a lot of negativity recently around Bungie and everything that's been going on at Bungie. And I honestly just think it is a little bit of a refresher if we just talk about some of the positives as well. And let me tell you, this isn't me allowing Bungie to get off light, because when mistakes are made, you absolutely need to take accountability. But at the same time, there is a lot going on negatively right now when it comes to Bungie. And I just wanted to make this video just to say that this is actually a W. This is a huge success, because that feeling is still alive. That feeling is still there. Even with like the very short teasers that they were uploading of the Emissary before they announced the Rights of the Nine stuff, people were also so hyped about that as well. It's so easy to get this community so riled up and so happy when it comes to new releases, when it comes to Destiny, because they know they will always have a dedicated returning fan base that will always play the game. Granted, it's not as many as what it was before. However, those people are still there, like myself. So you know what? I'm going to give them the W on this. I'm going to say, you know what, Bungie, you did a damn good job. I really do enjoy these encounters. I thought it was a lot of fun. And let me tell you, if you've gone into Ultimatum and you have gone through it and you have not argued and you have not gone, fuck it, or if you've not argued with your mates, or if you haven't had some form of disagreement, if you're all lightly prancing and dancing, going through these ultimatums as if they're nothing, you are absolutely doing it wrong, because that is not the feeling that is intended, let me tell you. These things are like miniature raids, and I love it. I love the contest. I love the challenge. I love how difficult it was. I love all these little obstacles that you have to go through and kind of work out with your mates at the exact same time. It really was such a damn good time. And if you guys have anyone that you can play with, I know LFG can be a little bit rough. I've had a lot of people comment on my videos or even come into my live streams as I've been doing these dungeons. People saying that LFG is an absolutely rough time. But if you know some people, hop in, you absolutely have to check it out. And for people that don't even know how to do the dungeons, Bungie literally put an explorer mode where they tell you how to complete it for first timers. If you don't have that time available, and if you've got to be somewhere soon, then you literally have the option to just go in, the game guides you through the dungeon so that you can still get the rewards at the end. Honestly, Bungie did an absolute W on this. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased. And yeah, you know what, guys? Can we just go back to the days when we just had fun? There's so much negativity in the community right now. And you know what? All for right reasons. I am not discrediting the reasons as to why people are upset. Obviously, people are allowed to be upset, and these are legitimate reasons as to why they are upset. I'm actually on your side. I made a video as well. Artists need to get paid for their work, and plagiarism is an absolute bad thing. However, the amount of videos and posts and tweets and comments and everything that I've seen just based on this situation with Bungie, it's a little bit exhausting now. Bungie have come out and said, yep, we fucked up, and they've also said, you know what, we're gonna fix this. Let's just see what that looks like, and let's let Bungie just do what they need to do from a business point of view. There's nothing you can do. Your opinion isn't really gonna do much besides just spread more hate, so let's just let Bungie do what they need to do to remedy the problem. Again, hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I just wanted to make this video just to kind of shed some light in the dark room and just say, you know what, Bungie, you absolutely killed it with this activity. Hats off to you. Please, Bungie, more like this. And if you are listening to this, please, I beg you for just two things. Allow Guardians to put mementos on their armor. It looks so fucking sick. And bring back the Season 2 and Season 3 Trials of the Night ornaments, please, I beg you. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.